Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on the south left side as the blue Dutch. We have TARS. Spawn on the top right side as the red Iroquois. We have sANxiety? However you pronounce that. I see the word anxiety with that. Looks like I've got this wild boar being killed off. He's trying to go for this treasure, a pumpkin slightly nibbled on, worth 15 food. Yum. Guess the squirrel's already got to it. And with those fact that there is a pumpkin there, this likely is North America. Looks like the Iroquois explorer does have a firearm, does pick up that a bit of food there. And we've got the early treasure phase going on. We have some shipments here, some wood. He's currently cooking up a lot of these deer as well. Believe it or not, the U.S. national animal could have been the deer and not the eagle. The bears? Oh, I guess the bear can't enter that waterway. Huh, interesting. So it picks off the bear. That should have been a hard thing to kill off, so it did get that one nice and early. There's 50 XP there. And Blue's doing a good job of finding some of these trade sites. There are 5 trade sites on this map. There's also a large potential of fishing. We do have the Iroquois eyeing for a bit of fishies. And now do have Age 2 for both players. The Dutch, of course, have access to the banks, a gold generation building, a passive building. I believe the villagers cost gold as well. And now we do have, looks like some additional banks being pulled on the field. He's going to have 3 banks that should create him some great income. And with that, he will have a good income right now, as we have these are, as opposed to these fishing canoes. So we do have a gunman here. He has one for an outlaw.
Commando.
It looks like it does not do great damage versus villager. It does times 0.1 versus villagers, so it does 10 times less damage versus villagers. While this bullet's doing 3 damage per bullet. The gunman specializes, has a good attack, does poor against buildings, against villagers, and it probably just meant for a general not a harassment unit, but looks like that gunman does go down. We have a switch between the 2 players. The Dutch has 15 villagers, the Iroquois have 25, which probably includes these boats. That still gives him +4. Maybe he had a couple shipments come in for villagers. Let's see now. You have a 3, 4, and then a 5 shipment of villagers. Very nice. As well as a quick little hook over here, since it's a little bit light on the combat at the moment. He does have access to war hut combat. He does have access to some light cannon over here, some other stuff, but nothing too crazy in my opinion. A lot of military cards. Wrong button. I've tried to hit escape sometime. But we do actually have a bit of aggression there. My bad. We've got some of these tomahawks. They're throwing tomahawks. The villagers do get inside the town center. The Dutch do have 18 villagers at the moment. There's all 18 inside this town center. It's not looking good for him, but he does still have some gold generation through these banks. The church now being torched. These horsemen do golden sandwich versus siege. They have 27 attacks, so they're a good cavalry unit. They're classified as hand-heavy cavalry. And the tomahawks, they do bonus hit versus shock infantry, looks like. Shock infantry and cavalry. They have decent rate of fire as well, so the anti-cavalry tool as well as just anti-shock. More villagers being put on the field as he has some of his units. Does have a handful of pikemen, which are an anti-cavalry unit, also good versus shock infantry. They are classified as not shock infantry. And we do also have a trading post here. Huh, the Iroquois trading post looks not native. I'm going to leave it at that. So the Iroquois now has a bit of EXP generation. Does fall back with this bit of force here. Does have a forward war hut here. He may be eyeing for some additional production. He's eyeing for a handful of Annas. Bowman range infantry land unit, good against infantry, which will be useful for the pike, and there's going to be a lot of damage coming on that explorer. Explorer does go down. The Anna's has a lot of multipliers. Does bonus infantry light range, heavy infantry, range shock infantry, and does less infantry cavalry and shock infantry. That's quite a mouthful. Very, very precise unit to say the least. You have now 2 trading posts for the Iroquois. These fishing ships providing some great amount of food income. He's not collecting up any of the whales just yet. More output. Now he's going for an outpost there, trying to get the defense going. Has a handful of pikemen here. It does have a handful of skirmishers as well as some Irish brigadier. Irish brigadier. They just have good damage. They're classified as gunpowder, heavy infantry, range infantry, yada yada, and mercenary. And also got some skirmishers here. Long range, good damage. They do bonus damage versus heavy infantry, light range cavalry, range shock infantry, and less damage versus cavalry and shock infantry. So they're similar to the Annas, however you pronounce that. We also got still a handful of berry bushes here, very nice. Now we got the Iroquois advance forward. There's a sizable force here to fight the Iroquois. We got a decent defense here. A lot of it ranged, a lot in more urbanized areas, so the range units will be useful, but there's still a good number of tomahawks and Annas here. The Canyons horsemen are advancing forward, now they're advancing on back. Of course, the outposts here, getting a bit of damage from both these units. Skirmishers are firing away, you may want to bring in the militia. Got more skirmishers on the build queue. And now he's going for some militia. There's a wave of militia now pulling in the field. These archers do not have a whole lot of health. The Irish Brigadier does have a little bit more health, and the skirmishers have slightly more health as well. The Dutch have 25 villagers. Got a fresh wave of skirmishers now pulling in the field. Very nice. He's trying to regroup his forces. Nothing being pulled at the moment. Another skirmisher being queued up. Right now, the Iroquois does have 37 villagers and has, of course, the 2 EXP trade posts. Explorer did go down here once again. Now he's trying to hit the market. The market's down half health. The skirmishers and Irish Brigadier getting a bit of damage. The Etnas do have 16 range. Let's compare it to the others. Skirmishers have 20 range. So that's actually a bit farther than those bowmen, and the Irish Brigadier only have 12 range. Less range. I am not sure what on right there, but I think those may be the militiamen. Don't think they're Irish Brigadiers. Now you have this House of Wetton being captured by the Iroquois, who can bring in the Trabant, a hand infantry with high hit points that protect nearby allies by absorbing some damage they inflict. So we got tanks here, and Saxony Cuirassier, heavy Saxon hand cab with high hit point area and area attack damage. We do have looks like some more fishing nets now being pulled to field. Gill nets. Handful of walls going up. He's trying to patch up some of these holes there. The Iroquois right now is an age up. I can see it being researched now. Also going for the fur dressing, hunting dogs, lumber ceremony, and a Cayenne horseman. Oh, here we do have age 3 from the Netherlands as well. He does currently have 3 banks on the field. Got this small force still moving around. It's not exactly small, I should say. And the Dutch is eyeing for some more stock on some resources there. So he may be eyeing for some cannon. That's just a guess, though. Now got the force of age for the Dutch. The Iroquois is still halfway there. As one card's picked up, he may be eyeing for the mixed bundle of cords. He may be eyeing for the town center wagon. Those could both be a good possibility. Probably the town center wagon. While the Dutch right now is potentially eyeing for... Doesn't have a town center wagon. Could get out a fort wagon. Oh, it's already sent the fort wagon. So a fort has been deployed out somewhere. Or maybe deployed out somewhere.
Klar.
Nope, it's still being deployed. So we could see a potential fort here for defensive reasons or for offensive reasons. And now he's eyeing deployed along the bank. Could get a couple trading posts here as well. We got more route here, light cavalry with a pistol.
Klar.
They do offer just damage. They're effective versus heavy cav, less damage versus villagers, bonus damage versus artillery, and good against hand shock infantry. We also got some of these mantles on field, a early siege unit that has high health and just a reasonable attack. They only have 10 range, but they tend to go in the front, and the high health could be good to draw some fire.
Yeah.
Envoys are the scouts, and we do have another wagon being pulled on field. It is the Universal Wagon Car Series going for a War Hut over here. The fort is almost complete, which could get him access to some good units. The Dutch right now has consumed all of his resources. The Iroquois has a small float as well, going for more of the same units. There just got pulled out something unique. The veteran cuirassiers. Heavy cavalry trample attack. That is apparently, I think, the same one you can get from here. Or a Saxon version. Routiers advancing forward. Does see good damage with the tomahawks for our anti-cavalry tool. The skirmishers do get a bit of fire there. Very nice. And we have the fort now pulled on the field. He's also going for the forest prowlers. It's going for more skirmishers and now going for some halberdiers. The mantles are drawing some fire there. The fort will be able to get some fire relatively soon. It's all towards the fort. We got a decent force here, defense force for the Dutch, while his opponent does have a slightly larger force. Of course, got the reinforcements here and the fortress to provide some good fire support. More route here advancing forward. They do bonus damage siege, and these mantles are classified as siege units. So the route here will do bonus damage to them. The fortress gains some great damage here. Forest prowlers gain some damage. Forest prowlers are, of course, a stealthy unit. They can stealth, but against infantry, they do a lot of bonus damage versus various infantry unit types. It looks like the blue will hold. The fortress is not even scratched at the moment. The rest of these skirmishers start to go on down. We've got some more Roofier being pulled on the field. Still making good XP, and now got some Hussars now pulled on the field, which should help them overrun these Forest Prowlers. Forest Prowlers, they do bonus damage. No, they do less damage versus cavalry with a hand attack. So these cavalry units will charge and overrun these Forest Prowlers. The Dutch could take time to finish off some of these war huts on the front line. They do also act as defensive buildings. They do have their own attack. And reinforcements there. The Iroquois is starting to win out this fight. Got some more horsemen here. More Hussars being put on the field. Trying to flank these forces. The Tomahawks are anti-cav tool. Hussars just only offer good attack. Nothing special about them. Looks like the Netherlands will win out this fight. You now also have the veteran Hussar research. This horseman's almost gone down. There we go. And the rest of the Iroquois forces have been cleaned on up. However, the war hut is still finding some good fire support from fresh forest prowlers. have been on the field. Got more skirmishers, more routier being blown on the field, as well as the group of 9 routier being blown on out. This will give the Dutch some much needed reinforcements. It does have another card they can bring on in. The Iroquois have no cards available. They maintain good village reduction. The Dutch are not hasn't built any villagers recently, I believe. He has currently 33 villagers. His opponent has 50 at the moment. Do got an outpost here. So good base of fire for defense. Of course, designated siege will clean them up. More of these deer are being cleared on up. We do also have now the tribal marketplace here. Let's see, the tribal marketplace. Source of cone that lasts longer must be built next to a mine. Limited to 10 gatherers. 10 gatherers. More tribal markets being blown down the field. Yep, it still drains this nearby silver mine, but does offer a better, longer-lasting coinage deposit. Got this war hut producing some more archers. Improved fishing there. Most of the fish on the northern map has been claimed, or not most, almost half have been claimed by the Iroquois. We got a good number of mounted units over here. Most of them just, or all of them routier, has a handful of skirmishers to mix on in, and now going for some falconets. You could see some light cannon over here as well. But I suppose against the routier, that probably won't be a good item. And he's going for a big, large number of falconets. Deploying out a shipment of 4. That can rip apart the infantry. He's got to make sure he gets some more anti-cavalry units to stop these musket riders as well as the horsemen. And this will destroy the war huts in no time. War house does go down. Got more routier and skirmishers on the build queue. Dutch Explorer does go down. Do have a house here. And now we do have just town watch. This corral will quickly go down. And there goes the corral. Routier advancing forward. Does get a good volley onto that horseman. I suppose it mostly has these musket riders, not horsemen. Range cavalry, good against cavalry, so they're good against a routier. Good against heavy cav, I should say. Does less than versus villagers, does good damage for his artillery, and good against hand shock infantry. Routier are classified as light range, not heavy range. Well, they're a type of range, but they're not classified heavy, which means these musket riders do not do any bonus damage versus them. And here comes the cannon. Does get a good kill down the musket rider. He could focus down the falconets of those musket riders. Commando. And the routier are also good versus heavy cav, which these musket riders are classified as light cav. This warhawk will go down. Some of these fishing kits will go down. You may want to just task a handful onto the whale deposit. That is infinite gold. Now he knows about the canoes there. Does he have any cards bringing any ships? No, he does not appear to have any cards bringing any ships. This town center will go down shortly. Right now, the Dutch is at 40 villagers. The opponent is at 63. And he's eyeing for his next age as well. The town center does go down, but he has a pretty good villager advantage, that's for sure. And he's been maintaining these, oh, there's actually extra town centers down here. He has a lot of villager queues. As well as he has been maintaining good usage of these trading posts for quite some time, so he's been getting great EXP from them. Tribal Marketplace will be interrupted, not cancelled, not destroyed. And there's the next age. He does not have any shipments just yet. Could use light cannons probably wouldn't hurt. A bit of damage over here. Envoy doing a good job being an envoy. This sounds like it will go down shortly. He's going for some light cannon now. And now going for a shipment of light cannon. Soon he's going to have a large number of them. Light cannon are a mix between, if I remember correctly, a mix between culverins and falconets. Just weaker in both roles, but also able to do both roles. Sounds like it does go down. Let's take a look, explore once again. The tribal markets has gone down. There's some gold deposits here, so there's quite a bit of gold he can still gather up. Iroquois has stopped all the production for the time being, and now got a massive wave of light cannon. They do have 32 range. They do bonus infantry, buildings, ship, and artillery, as opposed to falconets, which do bonus infantry, buildings, and ships. They have 26 range. The light cannons have 32 range. So they have good range. Really good range for the falconets. You gotta make sure they don't get overrun. These routiers do bonus versus siege. He may be out of vision range. There we go. Let's get a volley on the routier. You can probably get some tomahawks to help hit these cavalry as a counter unit. Right now, the Iroquois has an army of 38 there, while the Dutch has an army of 79. You need to trade this infrastructure for time to build more units. He's going for some other stuff, including champion musket riders, going for technology. Right now, the Dutch is designed for more villagers, not getting more military units at the moment either. He does get a estate here, and a plantation meant to provide some gold. There's some berry bushes still here as well for food, but he is back in the corner for resource nodes. So the Dutch army... Where did the Dutch army go? Am I blind? There they are. I actually don't see them on the mini-map. I may have hit a button. Yep, I may have hit a button, that's why I couldn't see it. Champion musket riders now out on the field. Light cannon makes an advance. We'll be able to get some great damage there onto these musketeers. These light cannons have upgraded field cannons. Does get a good volume of the culverin, taking out the anti-siege unit. In comparison, the falconets do 100 damage. The light cannons right now do 87. Routier advancing on Forge and overrun the light cannons. Forge probably is trying to fire away. But I think the Iroquois will get overran here. Let's get a good volume of the skirmishers. Got still a good number of falconets in the back line. The musket riders trying to slowly go on down. You may want to focus on the falconets. Let's take out one of them. Two of them have gone down. The light cannon is still pretty healthy. One of the falcon light cannons to go down. Get some of the skirmishers there. The Iroquois right now not pulling out any military units. He has plenty of food and wood. Needs some more coin. He could attack some of those canoes on whales to get some good gold generation. But right now, he's lacking any sort of military units. At all. And he's not building much either. Yep, he probably should have recast some of these canoes on the whales in order to get some gold. Because right now, that's what he desperately needs right now. He has plenty of food. These villagers are starting to get gunned down. They'll die in a bit of time. Looks like this treasure was never claimed, but Blue's army makes advance. The Iroquois have really nothing at the moment. I'm not sure what the Iroquois players plan to do. Let's get a wave of light cannon, or a few cannons, I should say now. It's also a bit low in wood. There we go. Now he's has some of these canoes onto the whales.
Okay.
Light cannons could try to get some ship damage. They do have good range. On here, horsemen on a melee unit, they're getting annihilated. Hussars turn over on the light cannon. They maybe will get them. So the Falconets now hitting the town center. And yep, the Iroquois army has gone down. And we do have the GG there. This is sANxiety saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay.